Welcome folks, one and all, to Let's Play Ultima 7, Serpent Isle, and if you're also watching Rizolka's playthrough of this, she's probably slept with a lot more people than I have in the game right now. Yes, there's a lot of sex in Ultima 7, Serpent Isle, and my avatar's managed to avoid it, because he's been too busy stealing things from everybody. Okay, I need to talk to you some more, because you're the one with my gauntlets. The fleet. Okay. Fawn. Love. Beauty. Provisions. Nothing. Goblins. Leon. Oh, she likes Leon. I had thought we had rid ourselves of that blight. Oh yes, the Fellowship. But it seems that it is following in Batman's footsteps. Rugs. Yeah, thank you. I think it's time to say goodbye. I think he will need to tell me about storms, the colours, daughter. Pretty, but she worries too much about me. It's around somewhere. Yeah, I did know. Hast thou seen Keth? If so, thou should tell him that Aliciad still doth have the engagement ring. Or did have it. I think she said something about losing it. 'Tis not right to say that thou wilt marry someone and then not return. Keth was passing proud of that ring. He ordered it specially from someone in Moonshade. Mine Alyssa was from Moonshade. Oh, my poor Alyssa. She's gone. Gone. Art thou daft, old man? Alyssa. Dear, sweet Alyssa. Be gentle with him. I fear he's a bit confused. I'm sorry. Very sorry, my lord. I still mourn the loss of my wife. Now, I did ask about Alison's ring. I would call her and ask her to show it to thee, but Alison lost her ring not long ago. Why, it certainly doth look like it. Alison would be so happy. I would reward thee for returning it to her, my lord, but a storm stripped my cash box of all my funds the other day. I went to open my shop the next morning, and there was a bundle of food in place of the filari Alison had put there the night before. That's what happened to our food. Thou must be a stranger. Filari are Fawn's currency. Small silver disc with a coloured gem at the centre. May I tell you that Filari is useless, because I think a whole 2 people do purchases with it? Yes, those are Filari. That is as much as the storm took from me. Then these must be his coins, then. I would accept any money if thou dost wish to purchase something. A great helm. 300 Filari? Blessing on thee. We've agreed on a price of 300. But, my lord, we haven't the coin to purchase this. Thy purse is empty. Oh dear. Of course, Keth hath not returned. He would have come to see Alison the moment he set foot on shore. No one hath seen him or his crewmates since one of those storms. I think it's time to change the subject and talk to Alison, because now we know about the ring. I have heard that thou hast been asking after me, that thou dost have an interest in my missing engagement ring, or perhaps in the gauntlets that replaced it. Aha! That is it indeed. I thank thee for telling me, but thou mayst keep it if thou wishest. Gauntlets? I assume that these gauntlets are thine. They are certainly clearly meant for someone more adventurous than a mere weaver. Wouldst thou like to have them back? Yes. Then thou shalt have them. Here. Keep it? If thou wishest the honest truth, I do not think that my beloved Keth will ever come back from whither that storm took him. Therefore, this ring have only melancholy memories for me.
This jewellery hath become bitter to me. Keth and I were to marry, but it was not fated to be. He was first mate on one of the largest merchant ships. One of his voyages, he purchased the engagement ring from an artisan in Moonshade, as I recall. But then the storms came, and ships began disappearing, and eventually it was Keth's ship that never came back. One more moment of thy time, if thou wilt, Kikoskia. A person like thyself, brave and adventurous, could be useful in times like these.
Oh God, you're not looping me into a plot hook, are you?
Wouldst thou be willing to aid us in liberating this city from false traditions and evil schemes?
Yes.
Thy thinking is more advanced than I hoped, but surely thou hast questions.
False traditions?
According to legend, the oracle was brought by our ancestors from Caesarea, our homeland. It now stands in the Temple of Beauty. Traditions teach that the statue was an infallible guide to truth and beauty, but we suspect that the legends are false. The oracle actually speaks. All of us have heard it. It speaks in reply to the priestess of beauty. The statue of beauty only speaks at certain times, such as during the spring festivals or when the city needs special guidance. According to tradition, it will also reply to the ruler of Fawn. However, I have never seen Lady Yolinda speak to the statue. She leaves such duty to Callista.
We?
Most of the young people of the town belong to the cause.
Oh God, is it like Avalanche?
But they are not willing to say so publicly for fear of exile. I am also pleased to say that Leon supports us, as do the other fellowship members.
Oh, goody.
The oracle is supposed to speak only the truth, yet it too often parrots the words of the priestess and the great captains. We do not believe that truth only serves those in power. We think that someone hath corrupted the oracle. According to all our traditions, only women are capable of ruling in form, for only women are capable of true beauty.
Yeah.
The highest station which a male can hope for is to serve as one of the great captains. These men serve as Lady Yolinda's advisors. Yet they do much more than merely advise. There are 3 of them, Gareth, Loth, and Volden. The sailors trust and respect Loth. In mine heart I cannot believe he is part of any conspiracy to control the oracle. We thought of asking Loth to aid us, but he hath not been the same since the storms. He doth live in his memories and stare out to sea. I think he cannot stop yearning to return to the sea long enough to be of much help.
What about Volden?
Volden's one who truly controls the great captains. I think he would make himself ruler of Fawn if he could find a way. Volden's a cruel man who secretly despises women. If there is an evil scheme, then Volden must be the mastermind,
which obviously means that Loth must be involved, because things can't be that simple.
Because he is the youngest of the captains, we had hoped to find a way to persuade Gareth to support our cause. When one of us spoke to him, he claimed to be sympathetic, yet Gareth says he is afraid to confront Volden with our suspicions. I do not trust him. Callista is the worst example of this pernicious doctrine of beauty. She believes that her attractiveness marks her as superior to all others, and that her sensuality is a divine gift by which to influence men's minds. Callista is lustful and greedy, but she is also cunning. She is very dangerous to us. She is too a prisoner of beauty. Yolinda must not strain herself, lest she mar her perfect appearance with any sign of weariness. The great captains therefore have usurped many of her duties on the pretext of sparing Yolinda from tedium. I do not think the lady to be a mindless, spineless creature which some others do. I think she is a victim of this system. Be ready at any time, for one doth not know when the time to act shall come. We once tried to enter the temple during the night when Callista was with one of her lovers, but the guards foiled our attempt. Nevertheless, look everywhere, talk to everyone, see if thou canst find a clue that have eluded us.
We have our magic gauntlets back! Woohoo! See? Now I can remove these ones and have magic glinty gauntlets. Glint, glint. Glint, glint. I don't have a lot of monetary. I really need to find somewhere to trade my... Who is he? When we come back, folks, I'm going to follow this. I'm going to ask this man some questions, because I don't trust him. Until then.